Well, later this month, the team from Indianapolis will be off in pursuit of a fourth straight world championship. But this team is different. It is comprised of the blind and visually impaired. Bill Benner has more in this week's Inside Indiana Sports. Bill.
Gary, thanks. And that team is called the Indy Thunder. And beginning July 28th in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Thunder will be the three-time defending champions in the World Series of Beep Baseball, a game modeled on baseball. And here to tell us more is the head coach and general manager of the Thunder, Darnell Booker. And Darnell, it's great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Beep ball goes all the way back to 1975 here in Indianapolis with your team to about 2000. But how did your involvement come about?
My involvement came about it in 1985 when I was drafted off the stage of the Indiana School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. One of the ladies found me as I was doing sports in school there, and they said, "Hey, I want to introduce you to a sport called beep baseball." And since 1985, I fell in love with beep baseball, and there's a few modifications and changes since the 80s, but I've won a world title as a player in 1990, and I just decided to stay in it and stay involved with it. And here, 10 years later, the year 2000, I started a team called the Indy Thunder.
And for those who don't know, give us a brief description of how the game is played.
Beep ball is played on soccer fields, and there's 6 players that play at one time, and then we have to play it on a level playing field in a quiet area. We have 2 bases, first base and third base, and they are set up off the foul line, 10 feet off the foul line on the first base side and the third base side. And the balls beep and the bases buzz. It's about a 16-inch softball, and then there's a beeping sound throughout the game with the ball, and the bases are random, first and third. So once the batter hits the ball, the base operator determines what base the batter runs to. And the pitcher and the batter are on the same team, so the pitcher and batter are teammates, and it's not like a regular baseball where the pitcher tries to strike you out.
And everybody wears a blindfold, yeah. So there are obviously various levels of visual impairment, but everybody wears a blindfold.
Yeah, all the players and the batters and the fielders all have to wear a blindfold to make the playing field equal, and it's like a race between the batter and the fielders. If the batter gets to the beeping base before the fielders track the ball in the field, they score a run for their team. If the fielders track the ball and hold it up before the batter gets to the base, it's an out. And those fielders are signaled by the spotters in the field that can see the ball coming off the bat, and there's particular zones that the fielders play.
3-time world defending champion. You're the coach, general manager, but you said, like in every other sport, talent is what really matters.
Yeah,
and a lot of hard work and practice.
A lot of hard work. You got to have the athletes, you got to have the players, and you got to be. Everybody has to be on the same page, like in any organization, on and off the field. And we have the camaraderie. We start our training in January, and we go all the way to the end of August. We got a nice practice facility on the west side of town that they've given us an in-kind donation, which is called Indy West, and out there on 10th Street, West 10th Street. So they're so kind and gracious to give us a nice space room where we do all our stuff in January.
Athletes come from the Indiana School for the Blind. You said Bosman Enterprises.
Right, and then through word of mouth and up, and like we got some players. Our team is based all over the state of Indiana, even though we play in Indianapolis. We got players from Fort Wayne, Evansville, Muncie, just all the surrounding donut counties. So it's truly Indiana's team.
And the rosters, between volunteers and players, you have about 40 people.
About 40 people on the roster.
Yeah,
correct.
And you do have some young kids. I mean, 16 to 22.
Yeah, 16 to 22 is my starting lineup. Some of these kids are still in high school, juniors and seniors in high schools. Back in the day, if I was wearing a World Series ring, my finger in high school, I'd be so proud of that. So those kids are proud enough. Some of them have 2, some of them have 3 championship rings that they're wearing on their fingers.
Off to Tulsa. If anybody wants to support your effort, they can.
Well, they can go to the Thunder website, thunderbeepball.org, or they can email me, BookerD_23@yahoo.com, and I can answer all your questions at my email. Or like I said, go to the website and you can see all the actions and photos of beep baseball.
And we should point out that the Indy Thunder are 13-1 going off to Tulsa, so you're off to a great start, and we wish you the best. Darnell Booker, glad to have you on the program. Go get that 4th world title in Tulsa later this month. Gary, back to you.